Yo, guys, what is up? Welcome back to For the Record Podcast for episode number 5. Today's episode, sponsored by Old Faithful, Jameson.
Jameson.
Keeping us alive.
We got Jameson and Gingers on deck.
Keeping us healthy. Keeping us safe.
That's all you can ask for, folks.
Literally.
That's all you can ask for. It's a beautiful day out here, you know?
Yeah, it's like fucking
You love
20
to see
degrees.
It is, but it's been way colder in Mass. So for those of you who view us, listen to us, or watch us, and you're not from Massachusetts, which is probably like one or two of you,
It's really fucking cold.
it's really fucking cold, but it's also been really fucking weird
It's 30 degrees right
because on Sunday into Monday, it was what, 0 degrees, or like it was like 0 to 5 degrees, and then with wind chill, it was
now.
negative.
Down here, it was 7, felt like 17, I think it said.
Negative 17 or 17.
Negative 17, I'm sorry.
So yeah, it's been fucking freezing, which is expected because it's January. But then on Wednesday, it was 50.
It was like 50 degrees.
50 degrees in rain.
Absolutely unreal.
So welcome back to New England. Typical, just New England weather for you there, folks. But yeah, so
I hate this place.
yeah,
It's hell on earth.
you hate this place.
Get
You really
me
don't
out.
like it though.
I hate the cold.
Like that bad.
I hate it.
So if you were gonna move somewhere, like inside the United States,
California.
Cali, really?
Yep.
Such a basic fuck.
I've always wanted to go.
Really?
Oh, I've always wanted to go to California ever since I was a little kid.
I might be going this year.
Always wanted to go.
Might be. We'll see.
I would say I would move to Florida, but I've heard like
Horror
a lot
stories.
of crazy things about. I've been to Florida before,
Yeah.
obviously, but
Why?
yeah.
Obviously, they don't know you.
I mean, who hasn't been to Florida?
You never know.
Like everybody's been to Florida at least once in their life.
You have
It's
to
a
go.
beautiful place.
You have to go once just to believe the headlines you see out of there.
Yeah, crazy shit happens in Florida.
Yeah, Natalie, Florida is fucking crazy.
What are you guys doing down in Florida? What's in the water?
Crocodiles or alligators, right?
Crocodiles.
No, alligators.
Is it alligators?
They're gators, Florida gators.
What's the difference?
Crocodiles are like a similar species, but I think they're different and they're like native to, I think like the other side of the, I guess, fucking world. I think more towards like Australia.
That's
You
where
know-
the crocodiles are?
I think so. You know what? We're just gonna look this up before anybody else.
Because I don't know what the difference between an alligator and a crocodile is.
I don't know the difference either. Let me just look right now. Difference between alligator and crocodile.
Did it come right up?
They have different snouts. Dude, this is like the main 8 differences. Like we're about to go Nat Geo on FTR right now.
Welcome back to a new segment.
All right. Shape of the snout, location. Alligators are only found in parts of the U.S. and China. So we have gators here. Where crocodiles can be found across the world. Scroll down for more information about where you'll find each. Their habitats, their size, their color. I actually just want to see what they're from now, though. Okay. Alligators live only in the southeastern U.S. and eastern China, whereas crocodiles can be found across the world in Africa, Australia, Southeast Asia, North America, South America, and Central America. So I guess we can still have crocodiles? But, yeah, so... Anyways, very interesting start to this episode.
Right off the bat, we lost all the viewers.
Yeah, so if anyone is still in here, fucking, I don't know what you're doing, but
I love
welcome.
you, and I thank you.
So today we're kind of going through. He got a little notebook going to have ideas to just jot down.
My
I do
journal.
I do it more in my notes
diary.
in my phone. But I respect the pen and paper because that's just how you got to do it.
I think it's so much easier. Just
Yeah, it's
to,
more
like,
productive,
access
and I think
real
it's
quick.
the creativity is more there too. I don't know why. It's just the process of putting it down,
Well, I got
putting
one.
it into.
I got
existence.
one to. The main reason why I got it is to track like the overtime and stuff that I do for work, so I can make sure like I'm getting paid for
Yeah,
it.
getting paid properly.
And then I realized that there's a little note section in the back, and I was like, oh, I'll just write down some stuff
FTR.
that I want to talk about in the podcast.
Yeah. So
One
today,
thing that I...
Oh, go ahead. Go take it away,
no,
sir.
what are you going with?
I was going to lead us into our first topic, but what do you got?
It's probably going to be better than mine, so you go for it.
No, just say what you're going to say. So, for those who don't know us, we're big fans of entertainment, television, movies.
The exact thing I was going to say.
Perfect. Fucking nailed it. The Jameson fucking synchronicity is on point right now.
Yes, it is.
So, We both really like trashy stuff, I guess, to an extent.
It's the best kind of TV to watch.
Yeah, especially TV. I mean, I like bad movies. Trash, I guess, isn't the right word.
Some bad movies are really, really good.
Those are honestly my favorite types of movies.
Back in the day, Netflix used to be prime for finding bad movies.
Like
now
really,
it's just like all originals and like.
I tell you, a lot of the originals are really good.
No, I will say that a lot of them are really good, but the way that I use like
Jameson.
when I use Netflix back in like 2012, 2013, I would find a lot of like B-rated horror movies.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That you couldn't like really find around here.
No,
like other like horror movies from other countries and stuff like that. They were really, really good.
The old Thanks Killing.
Yeah, exactly, stuff like that.
Yeah, I used to find like
you can't find that.
Yeah,
on
I
Netflix
find like
anymore.
like lower tier like comedies or just like adventure movies, anything, just like good stuff that you wouldn't find. Like I always remember this one movie that I loved on there, and I always go back and try to find it. Like we were talking last episode, like going through Netflix history, and they like took it off, and I was devastated.
What was
I think it was called like it was called Cherry or something. Me and my buddy in college watched it. It was about this kid who like met this girl at college, and I think he ends up like falling in love with like her mother. It's a really weird movie. I just really liked it. It was basically for me, if it's a coming of age story, I'm automatically in.
Yeah.
Like I love coming of age television shows, movies, anything with that storyline. I'm like automatically.
Yeah, a lot of them are really good.
You use voice crack?
I did.
Oh, damn, someone clipped that.
I'm coming of age.
Synchronicity is electric right now, folks. So I think we were going to discuss like our favorite, like I guess top 5, if you had to put it like bad reality shows. Was reality TV?
Yeah. Top 5.
So
trash reality TV.
Number 1.
Not trash as in like just like
bad.
poorly produced bad. I mean like trash as in like the people, like the characters, the cast are just
like
trashy people.
Like the PR of the show. Like the public image of the show is like, oh, it's trashy. And number 1, we all know what it is. Jared, take it away.
Jersey fucking Shore.
Sorry for everyone's ears that are now bleeding because he screamed that out.
It's fucking
Rest in peace,
time.
headphone users.
Jersey Shore.
It's iconic. Absolutely iconic.
If you hate on Jersey Shore,
you love it, but you just can't admit it.
Yeah, I don't understand how you can hate on Jersey Shore.
Dude, that show was like groundbreaking for reality television. Like it was a game changer.
Amazing.
Yeah, and personally for us, because our age, it came out like a perfect time.
Yes,
that was like my freshman year of college.
That show
was so fucking good.
I bought the entire series on DVD for $70.
You've never looked back.
And it was the best purchase that I've ever made in my entire life.
That's high praise.
I can sit down and watch that show
whenever you want,
over and over again.
See, that's
throw it on whenever I want. Like I've seen it so many times. Like I don't have to follow it in chronological order.
Yeah, you can throw it on.
I can just put on whatever.
The only thing that pissed me off, and I know you've talked about this too, because I asked you, is I hate when it's on TV now and it's not full screen. And you said it's like that on DVD too. It's
the little box.
It's a square box and it has
sucks.
all the black border all around, 4 sides.
But I mean,
it is what it is.
It's the best I can get.
It's annoying for like 2 minutes, and then you're like, okay, fuck it, we're live.
Yeah, then you get used to it. So.
Yeah, so Jersey Shore's got to be number 1.
Absolutely. One thing I will say about Jersey Shore is the original series, absolutely 10 out of 10 amazing.
I think the first like 4 seasons were really good, and then after that, it kind of like it lost its luster a little bit.
And watch your mouth.
What
I was gonna say was Jersey Shore Family Vacation
or Family
absolute
hot
dumpster fire,
trash,
absolutely terrible.
You know, it was cool for like an episode or 2 or like maybe 3.
It was cool, yeah, in the beginning because like
it was like
nostalgia factor.
It had the
and
shine to it, and then it just
not good.
Yeah, for me personally, I just didn't enjoy it.
Did you see Vinny and Polly are getting their own TV show?
No, but that's fucking electric because they're probably the 2 best characters.
It's called Double Shot of Love.
See, never mind. Taking that back immediately. It's like
a dating.
It's like Flavor of Love.
Yeah, Flavor of Love. It's a play on MTV's when Teal Tequila had her show called Shot of Love with Teal Tequila.
Yeah, same thing.
It's
just a fucking
everything. It's gonna be amazing.
See, I go off on a tangent right now. On a side note, it's gonna be basically make it really quick. I think everything now in TV or movies, they're just remakes of everything.
Absolutely.
Everything just gets revisited and remade.
Absolutely.
There's no more creativity. Not in a full scale sense because there's still a lot of creativity out there. But I mean like in a mainstream kind of media.
Yeah.
It's just so much.
There's so many like
it's all remakes, dude.
Like sitcoms and stuff like that I've watched where I'm like,
I've seen this shit.
Yeah. Fresh Prince did this 30 years or 20 years ago, or Boy Meets World did this 20 years ago.
Don't even get me started. Like the worst It's like I'll be watching. I don't watch like TV like that much at all. I will certain stuff, but like so I'll be watching football on a Sunday and it's on CBS. And bro, CBS will be promoting their new shows. Bro, for the last 10 fucking years, CBS has made the same show about a fucking crime drama. It's like NCIS, Las Vegas. And then the other day I saw a commercial and it's like this fall. Well, it wouldn't be this fall because I already passed, but it was like coming. It was like coming soon, and it was like this whole crap stuff. I'm like, oh my god, here we go. And then it rolls the title. It's like FBI. I'm like, bro, come on. First off, I think that was already a show back in the day, but it's like always the same shit. It's like CSI, NCIS, cold case, and fucking all wrapped into one.
You know who's
and people fucking love it. I don't get it.
You know who's notorious for ripping off old sitcom bits?
Who?
Drake and Josh.
Yeah, but that's free cash because it's like everybody.
But the show is still phenomenal.
Unbelievable. Okay. Before we keep going.
All right, so that was number one.
Number one. Yeah, I wouldn't have to specifically rank it, but at least Jersey Shore 100% is number one.
All right, so not necessarily like top five.
Yeah, but Jersey Shore unanimous.
Favorite five. Yeah. Jersey Shore is definitely one. Dude, I gotta go with Flomer Bama Shore.
I've never watched that.
I
just spilled that entire drink.
I love Flomer Bama Shore. That show is.
I've never seen it.
It's so bad, but it's so good. It's the same premise of Jersey Shore.
Yeah, just a different location, different
location, different people. Same thing.
Fucking yeah.
Still a great show.
For me, my next one, or just throw my own, bro. I'm a sucker for the challenge series. I fucking love the challenge.
I never got into the challenge.
I did like later on in the game because they used to have real world versus road rules. Remember that shit?
Yeah, I never got into that either.
Bro, the challenge is so good. Oh my god, it's so good. Like me and my siblings, my two sisters, we'd always watch it all the fucking time. I used to be hooked. I don't really watch as much anymore, even though I did see that they just dropped a new season.
Yes, I did see the previews for that.
Dude, that shit is so fucking entertaining though. Like it has all the bullshit, but then they do like the actual real physical challenges.
I never got into like the challenge type TV shows.
Yeah, I get you.
Like Fear Factor, like obviously.
Yeah, Fear Factor was huge.
Fear Factor was great.
That's how everything
back in the day,
became
like
off of
American Gladiator, like
oh
that.
My god, unbelievable.
But like, the newer ones, like I never got into that kind of stuff.
No, I do love the challenge though. So for me, but that also I'll just throw Real World in there with that because Real World is fucking.
Yeah, Real World is.
It was so good. It's not good anymore. I don't even think they still make Real World anymore.
I don't know.
Dude, I used to rewatch the old seasons like probably like 5 years ago, but they'd be like seasons like that were 3 years prior to that, dude. Like. Probably like when we were like in high school and leaving high school, like those seasons.
Yeah, those are the best ones. Those ones are so good.
Like I always remember New Orleans, Las Vegas.
Dude,
I think
Real World, New Orleans, is probably like.
There could be a difference. I think there was multiple seasons there, so we could be talking about different crews. Do you know the characters that were on there?
Remember Wes? I think it was on that Wes was on.
You talking about Wes, like with the challenge with orange hair?
Yes.
No, that's throwback. I'm talking like 2000.
What one was he on?
Dude, he's an OG. He's like fucking.
The one that he was on was.
So that's a really long time ago. They would revisit certain locations. I'm talking like 2009, 2010.
I did see a one with New Orleans that was really good, but I don't.
That kid was on it. The kid he ended up passing away.
What was the one where the dude from Quincy was on it?
Oh, that's Brandon. Oh, that one is so good. That's St. Thomas, I think. That one's lit.
That kid that worked at Chipotle.
Yep, Brandon, I think was his name. He had the.
Hit the plugs.
Gang.
Yeah.
Yep. And I thought about him not that long ago. And I used to see him all the time in Quincy. He used to work,
John used to talk about him all the time.
Yeah, he used to work at Zoomies at Social Plaza, and then he worked at, I think, Chipotle in the mall as well. Or Quincy, one or the other. But
I think it was one of the
yeah, because it was like, holy shit, I know this dude, and he's on TV. And he did not do well on the show. Like, he had personal fucking
dude, I
problems.
remember, like, the first episode, he, like, broke down.
Yeah, he had, like, drug addiction problems or something. But, yeah. So, Real World's a challenge for me.
Yeah,
like,
those are good ones. I'm going to go,
one?
Dude.
No, he's got another one. He's got it ready.
Teen Mom.
You like Teen Mom?
I fucking hate Teen Mom.
Oh, you love it.
But I can't stop watching it. Gina watches it all the time.
Yeah, you get sucked in. That's how like my sister always watched it, so I'd see shit, but I really didn't know much.
So
I know like
like
the mothers and shit. But.
So sucked in. I don't remember if the one that she's into is the original. I think it's Teen Mom 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, Teen Mom 2 with Janelle. Have you ever watched it?
Buddy, I know.
Yeah, all right. So it's the
I have
season
two fucking sisters. I know Teen Mom.
The season with Janelle on it. That one's really
that
good.
bitch is crazy.
She's fucking. We watched it we watched it the other day, and she got into a fight with her mom, and I was watching. And I go, if I ever even thought about talking to my mom like that, way,
yeah,
she beat the shit out of me.
Yeah, we're losing all credibility for our reputation on this. I'm just kidding. Okay, side note, real quick, because me and my sisters were talking about it. I'm talking about my sister a lot in this episode, but we were talking about all the other shows that were on MTV. Like, bro, Parental Control.
Parental Control was so good.
Bro, Room Raiders.
Room Raiders was amazing.
Vroom Raiders.
Vroom Raiders.
Dude,
that's going to be it, guys.
You just spiked so loud. As you guys can tell, there is a lot of alcohol going on in Sheriff's system right now.
No, it's just,
no, he's not too bad. He's just getting excited about Room Raiders. Yeah,
no,
but like Room Raiders, Parental Control, dude. Old MTV was fucking lit.
It was.
It was so good. And there's a bunch of other ones. Like, remember...
Next?
Oh, no.
Next was
great. Yes, Next. Remember Friend Zone?
No.
Bro, that was like... I feel like nobody remembers that one. I'm pretty sure it was called Friend Zone or like Friend Zoned. So obviously, it'd be a guy or girl. They'd be like, oh, so I want to go on a date. So like the friend would help them get ready for the date and like set all this perfect stuff up for them. And at the end of the date, they'd be like, so here's the thing. The date's with me.
Yes.
I love you.
Yes, dude.
That show. Yeah. It always be on like, you'd be like hanging at your house in the summer beyond from like noon to fucking 3. It'd be 3 o'clock and you'd be like, yo, what the fuck did I just do?
I forgot all about
4
that.
hours. Yeah, that was a real good one.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of good shows. And I don't really know what else. Okay, so another show that I know, my sister watches it. Have you ever seen Botched?
I've never seen it, but
that show is fascinating. I want to be perfect.
Isn't it like
so basically
it's like fucked up surgeries, like surgeries that they fuck up?
No, so it's surgeries that these two guys fix. So people that have had either I think it's based
so
on people
they
that
fix the fuck ups,
dude. And they're so fucking good. Like these people are.
So is it?
These dudes are so talented. Like they fix botched plastic surgeries and like unbelievably well.
Wow, I've never seen it, but I've heard.
Yeah, because like they even had. Speaking of Flavor of Love, you remember the main girl, one of the main girls on Flavor of Love?
Who?
She actually like had like spin-off shows.
New York.
I don't know.
The black chick.
Yeah.
New
so
York.
she was just on it.
She had 2 shows.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, so she was just on it. Like they have celebrities that come on the show, like on Botched.
First of all, I wouldn't say she's a celebrity.
I mean, in terms of like on that show, yeah, not just like a normal person. Like she's a person that's been in the public eye for a little bit. That's basically what I'm trying to say. I'll say a C-list celebrity. Yeah, but I'm saying like
I would say C-list is giving her a lot of credit. When was the last time you heard her name?
I don't give a fuck.
When they had Flavor of Love 2?
Yeah, 2 weeks ago when
2010?
I saw Botched. Anyways, to my point, Botched is actually a pretty entertaining show. Unfortunately, yeah, I said that.
I'll have to check it out. I've never seen it.
But it's just cool. Like, you see these, like, poor fucking ladies. For the most part, it's women. I just come in with, like, usually it's, like, their boobs are all fucked up.
Yeah.
Typically.
Yeah.
But, like, a lot of times they do facial stuff. Like, people that have bad noses. Like, dude, it's crazy the fucking work they do. So, for me, it's more, like, kind of entertaining. So, yeah, for me, that's kind of...
I'm going to have to go. My last one's going to be Flavor of Love. Now that you mentioned that. The fridge.
Bro, I'm on edge. I told you.
Kid watched the Ted Bundy documentary on Netflix, and he's just been sketched out ever since.
For real. My anxiety is at its fucking peak right now. Yeah, just to move out of that into this, like, dude, if any guys want to watch that, a lot of people, because I know people that, like, love podcasts or is super into the true crime podcast. Like crime podcast. Don't look at me. I almost fucked up, but I saved it. But the Ted Bundy stuff, dude. And I typically don't like weird shit. Not weird shit, but I don't like horror or dark stuff typically for the most part. But like last night I just found myself, I was like, you know what? I have nothing else to watch too. And I sat in my bed for like 4 hours and I watched the entire series.
I've seen a lot of other people talk about it too, and they said it was really good.
It is really good from a story told, but it's super dark. It's dark, dude. It's dark. It's twisted. It's really fucked up. The guy was a fucking evil human being.
Yeah, obviously.
And like I knew of his name, obviously, and then like obviously story about him. I knew that he was a serial killer, but like I didn't know to the extent and like a love story. Just it's the biggest takeaway I got from it was like people basically made him out to be like a celebrity during the 70s or like during his trial at the end of the 70s into the 80s. He was like almost glorified to an extent for somebody who like did such heinous things.
That's because like back then in the 70s when like him, like Jeffrey Dahmer, like John Wayne Gacy and all that stuff, when that was all going on, there was a new concept. There wasn't really like an overwhelming amount of serial killers back then. Mm-hmm. So they were like...
So it was like... Wasn't Manson like the first one?
Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of people debate if he's a serial killer or not because he never actually really
But I mean,
anybody.
Like at least like murder, I guess, like that in the public eye.
Yeah. So they were really like the first ones that, I hate to say it, but like pioneered it, I guess.
Unfortunately, yeah.
So obviously they got absolutely glorified for good or for worse. But now, dude, this serial killers all the time now.
Yeah, that's
and
what I'm.
They don't get.
And the thing is too, like,
that they do back
I had a weird thought when I like finished it. I was like, yo, I feel like people that like see that now that like didn't know anything about it, or younger people, like that's gonna fucking somebody's gonna see that, and that's gonna like fucking somehow, some way, fucked up. It's gonna pique somebody.
So
someone's gonna be like,
I listen to Bill Burr, and one thing that he has talked about
crazy,
in the past
dude.
is how to like the subject of how to stop like all these mass murders and stuff like that, and the way that he says that he thinks about it is stop giving it news coverage.
Yeah, stop
because
covering
you give it
because
give
people
it news
want
coverage.
People want the attention.
People are gonna see it, and they're gonna say,
Like,
"Oh wow, this guy's all over the news. I want to be like him.
I want that to be me."
Yeah, and then
100%.
they're gonna do it. Granted, that may or may not be the case, but
you never know. It could be. It
probably
could be
some people that see that and they think
absolutely
like that.
Because I feel like a lot of times the people that want the attention, like one of the things they were talking about in the Bundy tapes, was that like he'd always say he hated the attention, he wanted to be center attention, but he fucking craved it. Like that's just how his like subconscious was, and then it just came through, and like he just loved it, dude.
I feel like at the end of the day, though, everybody's like that.
Yeah, because
no matter how much you say you don't want any attention.
Yeah, most people love
everybody
the attention.
loves
Most
attention.
human beings love attention. One of the most fucked up parts at the end of the documentary series, they were like the people that were recording him the whole time. That like there was two guys. They wrote a book, and he knew they wrote a book, and I think they like gave his input or something. He's like, to be honest, I don't give a shit as long as it sells. Like he just wanted people to know. It's fucking crazy, man.
That reminds me of when we were talking earlier when I was telling you when I was listening to one of the podcasts that I was listening to yesterday, that one of the true crime podcasts that I listened to.
Shout it out. I think you have before.
I think I have Sword and Scale.
But yeah, for
listen
you guys
to Sword and Scale.
Yeah.
So one of the ones that I was listening to yesterday, it was the woman that lured this guy back into her apartment with like sex and stuff like that, and she tortured him for 3 days and eventually killed him. And she said she killed him because he said he was a snitch. And the guy that was interviewing her tried to make the point where like people just kind of like say things
to say things,
just to like just to say things, like kind of have a certain persona about themselves. And he said to her, so what if he was just saying he was a snitch just to say it?
Yeah.
And she was like, well, if he wasn't, then oops. And then they played the audio after the interview when she thought the cameras were off, and she was so excited about the interview. She was like, yo, that shit sounds tight. Like, make sure you make me sound good on the TV. I want to look good.
Yeah.
People, they would just do whatever.
Yeah, and not to go into it again. So basically, his last court case, like I told you, he was studying to be like a law student. He kept going to law school, like on and off. Did I say law school?
Yeah,
dude, one every episode.
One Red Bull and this kid's tweaking.
Yeah, so he went to law school like on and off. So he like basically he had a public defender, obviously, because he couldn't afford somebody, so someone was just assigned to him, and he like didn't like the way they were because they basically wanted to get a plea deal, and he was like, no, fuck. He basically went along with it, and then he came in court and he stood up and made a speech. He's like, I'm not taking a plea deal. I'm not guilty.
That's ballsy.
Yeah. So basically, he like served as his own lawyer, like with his counsel. Like he went up and he would like cross-examine people. So he went to. They interviewed.
Would he cross-examine witnesses?
Yes.
Imagine being cross-examined by the man who tried to kill you.
That's what I'm saying. Like it was. Well, no, it wasn't like. No. So the guy who was getting witnessed was the cop that showed up like first.
Oh, okay. So not like the girl that escaped.
No. That was no. She wasn't in this case. This was a separate case.
Okay.
But he was talking to the cop. So basically, the cop was examined by. I guess the prosecutor, right? Yeah, I'm getting it. So they were like telling the scene, setting it up. So then he wanted to cross-examine. Ted Bundy did, and basically, dude, it was so fucked. He was asking questions about the crime scene. He's like, "Oh, how was she positioned when you walked in? Can you please explain and don't spare any details? Tell me exactly what you saw." He was getting so off on the fact of the guy reliving it. He was basically saying like he was
crazy.
He was getting off from him re-explaining it. Like that's just how he. People were like, fucked. And they were like, when he did it, they were like, "Wow, like this is not good."
You know what's mind blowing is the fact that there is definitely people to this day that think and act like him the same way.
That's the way the documentary ends. He's basically like, it doesn't matter. Like, you never know. He's like, there may be people you worked with, that you loved, that you associated with, and you never know. He's like, you can find out one day that they were just full of all this shit, and you never knew.
Yep.
He's like, they're living right among you, and it's fucking terrifying. One
of the podcasts, the episodes I was listening to the other day, guy gets fired from his job, goes home, gets a gun, goes back, kills the lady at the front desk, grabs another lady, stabs her, grabs another lady, starts to try and cut her head off, all because he got fired. And it just triggers something in his head.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
And everybody that like they interviewed about it was like, oh, he seemed like he was a normal, like, quiet person, like never really got into trouble and never really spoke up to anybody. Mm. Those are the people you got to look out for.
You never know, man. And it's not even people that are mentally not all there, but just people in general. You gotta be so careful. You never know what people are capable of. You just have to be fucking. It's like, it stems back to high school, like people that are like, on edge or something. Like, you just.
Yeah, you don't.
You gotta treat. And
you don't know what people are dealing with in their own head.
You have no idea, and it sounds cliche as shit, but like, dude, just treat everybody with fucking some compassion, some respect. And it's easier said than done. Especially it's funny because me and him both didn't like each other in high school, as we mentioned before, and we made fun of each other and shit, but nothing like on a crazy scale. But like, it happens, dude. People use it's in the news. It fucking shit happens.
I saw a thing.
It's crazy. So just never fucking know, dude.
I saw a thing last night.
Be nice to people, simply.
This kid, he was 10. I think he was 10. He was either 8 or 10. Got bullied.
I've seen this.
Because what was it? He was wearing.
I saw this.
He's wearing glasses. Was it because he was wearing glasses?
I don't know. Maybe it's something separate, but I think I saw a headline.
It was something very minuscule, and he got bullied so bad he killed himself.
Yeah, at 10 years old. I saw that. I saw a headline. That's fucking
mind blowing.
Kids, it's disgusting, dude. It's
kids
crazy.
Are fucking terrible. I work in a middle school. I see it all the time. Kids are fucking terrible.
It's just getting worse as time goes on too. Just the whole role of like just social media getting into it, like cyberbullying, all that shit, dude. It's crazy, man. Kids are growing up in another world right now. We're like 10, 15 years out from where we were, and it's fucking drastically different. It's terrifying, dude. It's fucking scary.
They're growing up way faster. They think they are.
Yeah, that's the sad thing. They think they are. It's crazy.
Just wait until you get that first bill.
Legit. But so.
What was the other thing? I
don't know. I think we're getting close in the first half, though. Are we getting close? I can kind of see my timer. Sorry for the awkward silence here.
Go a minute and a half.
Yeah. But just to wrap that up, man, just fucking be nice to people because you never fucking know what someone else is dealing with.
Yes.
I think it's just for young people especially. It's just like in high school and stuff, like everyone just so quick to judge someone just because they're different or anything like that. You have no idea what they deal with inside of school and especially outside of school at their home.
But I mean, at the same time, most of the kids in high school that are going to pick on you, they're going to turn out to be nothing.
Yeah, and it's also to twist that in a different way. It's also usually because they're dealing with something too.
Yeah,
not always.
Everybody, I shouldn't say everybody, but people that pick on and bully other people project their insecurities on other people.
100%.
That's how it goes.
That's how most of life works. People's insecurities come out.
Absolutely.
It's like if you're miserable, I'm making everybody else miserable.
Exactly.
And that is where we're going to end the first half.
Taking a break.
Episode. Be right back, guys.
And we're back. For the Record Podcast number 5.
They know this.
Make sure you check out episode number 4, 3, 2, and 1.
Yeah, if you guys did not know, we're now on Spotify. We're back on. Yeah, we didn't even explain that. God, we're terrible at fucking promoting ourselves.
That's why we have no viewers.
Legit. All right, guys. So, yeah, we're back on iTunes, Apple Podcast, whatever you want to call it. We're back on there. We're on Spotify now. SoundCloud, we're done with SoundCloud.
SoundCloud wants to like charge you.
Yeah, they want to charge us for more storage to put stuff on there. And no, we're all set. So YouTube, fucking iTunes, Apple Podcasts, and then Spotify.
I just want to clarify with everybody. It's not iTunes. It is Apple Podcast. It is the Apple Podcast app. It's not iTunes.
You can find it. You find us in the iTunes store if you want to. That's basically what I'm trying to say. That's why I upload too. Because I do all the uploading and all the work. How are we doing, folks?
And I do nothing.
Welcome back.
But supply the house.
Basically, yeah. All right, so. All right.
Well, let's talk about SoundCloud. Since we brought up SoundCloud. Let's talk about SoundCloud. So, SoundCloud, I didn't know that you had to pay to upload your stuff.
So you do not. You have a certain, basically why we're getting
certain amount of like a certain capacity.
You have certain storage, and basically since our episodes are an hour long, the file sizes are huge. So you can only have a certain amount of file sizes up with like a free account. Because each episode is at least like 50 to 100, no, probably like 60 to 70 like megabytes.
All right, so
you probably have a certain amount of stuff you can upload in a certain amount of time.
So
because they took off I think they took the first episode off to upload the new episode or something.
They did.
They're like, yeah, we're removing your older episodes to make room for your new ones.
So these artists that post music on SoundCloud, eventually at some point in time, they're gonna have to pay.
More than likely, if they're uploading a lot consistently, yeah. But if you're uploading like a track or a mixtape, you see like an average track, probably megabytes, probably like 3 to 6 megabytes. So per album, maybe like high end like 70 megabytes.
And what's the
podcast episode is like, yeah. So that's one episode compared to like a mixtape or an album.
Because I was thinking about
it could be like anywhere up to 100 megabytes, but it depends obviously.
Because back when I used to listen to like a lot of rappers on SoundCloud, they would always be consistently posting music. Yeah. And I never once thought that they would have to pay for it.
To be honest, it probably didn't back in the day, but obviously as they've grown and the popularity within the artists that use it has grown, they're like, now it's perfect time to charge. Yeah, because if they were these people that are blowing up on SoundCloud
for free, like literally rappers, for nothing,
they're like, oh well, now it's time for us to cash in, which you cannot blame them.
Well, do you remember when SoundCloud was going to declare bankruptcy?
I think so, yeah, because I remember like
it was right after they.
The only thing I remember about SoundCloud was like when Josh was like originally starting to make stuff, he put stuff on SoundCloud. That's the only thing I ever knew about SoundCloud.
Well, it was.
Shout out to Josh, all right?
Probably.
We gonna have him on or what? Josh, gonna come on?
Hey, he said he's down.
All right, Josh. So come on. Josh, if you're watching, listen.
Thought we were going to keep that under wraps until...
We got you. Well, that's just for us.
Until it came close.
No one knows anything.
Well, now everybody knows. Well, actually,
they might know.
Just us.
Yeah.
But no, when they introduced like the SoundCloud Premium, I remember hearing that they weren't doing so well, and they were going to have to go bankrupt, and they were just pretty much like a Vine, just like the app's gone.
Don't you ever talk about Vine. If you guys want to learn more about Vine, make sure you go check my Instagram for my last post. You didn't see my caption to my picture?
On the last one you posted?
Yeah, like my like portrait of myself. It was like the face I make when I remember that Vine got shut down.
Yeah. Damn, I miss Vine.
Never mind the government shut down. How about Vine? Just kidding. Yeah. That's not funny.
I mean,
no, it's not.
I'd rather Vine be up than the government be up.
No, I just feel bad for a lot of people that are not getting paid for doing their job. Yeah, which is unfortunate.
They'll eventually get back pay.
So yeah,
but the word eventually is who knows when that'll happen.
So, but yeah,
shout out to Donald Trump.
I think
for shutting the government down.
I think SoundCloud is probably on its way out. I think probably now because they had their peak of like SoundCloud rappers, but I think that
the whole the SoundCloud rap thing
fucking kept my finger.
Came so quick
and left
just as quick.
Thank God.
It's on hold on, you love Lil Xan.
Yeah, I kind of like a little bit of Lil Xan here and there.
He's like literally a SoundCloud rapper.
Xanarchy.
He's literally a SoundCloud
I know,
rapper.
But I don't genuinely like, yo, I fuck with Lil Xan. I just like, if I want to listen to like...
This kid would literally send me Lil Xan songs like every week.
That's preposterous.
I'll pull up the text to prove it.
Popping a bean. Yeah. Ooh.
There we go.
There we go. Yeah, but like, I don't like music like that. So every now and then it was just like, if I just want something like fucking, I don't want to say brainless, but like just something.
A lot of good artists came out of
100%. Like, I know you love Lil Peep, and he was a fucking SoundCloud guy.
Huge.
Yeah. Definitely a lot of artists came out of there. All those guys did. Lil Pump. Granted, whether or not you like him.
No.
Granted, no. Whether or not you like Lil Pump.
Lil Pump did not come out of the SoundCloud era.
Yes, he did.
The SoundCloud rap era was before Lil Pump.
Yeah, but I'm saying he came out of SoundCloud because of those guys. And he's the most successful in terms of
but so when you think of Lil Pump was not a SoundCloud rapper. SoundCloud rappers are like Lil Peep, like Suicide Boys,
yeah,
Bones,
Puya.
like Xavier Wolf, Puya.
Yeah, I got you. Those like the pioneers. But I'm saying, okay, you know more about this than I do, so I'm not gonna argue with you. But
Lil Pump, 21 Savage, Lil Yachty, those are not SoundCloud rappers.
those are mumble rappers.
Yes, those are trash
I would
bag rappers.
I would not put 21 Savage in that same category.
I mean, why? He blew up the same time as they did.
Yeah, but I feel like he's a very different style of rapping. Maybe a little bit more mumble, but I feel like he's in his own different lane because he raps about like some crazy shit. He raps about like murders.
Oh, I mean,
like gang shit, which is like I get. That's
so isn't like Chief Keef and
yeah, I get it.
Fredo when Fredo was alive, R.I.P.
But
Fredo
I can't
Santana.
I've like put. I don't know, but I'm not knowledgeable on this stuff. So for me,
we're gonna have Ryan McDowell on here, and he'll let us know about all that shit because I know Ryan McDowell's huge into that shit.
He got you, perfect. But yeah,
he'll be
it's just like I don't know,
Josh's co-host.
I'll hear like a couple songs here and there where I start to like catches my attention for like 2 seconds, and it's like
Shout Out Nothing Nowhere.
Hell yeah, that's
The Boy.
shit. That'll be on later on, and me and
the Foxborough Legend.
Me and Cher will be in our fields.
The
a couple
VT
hours,
Local.
drinking Irish whiskey and listening to Nothing Nowhere.
Crying to Nothing Nowhere because all of it be is a letdown.
Yeah. All right, we're done with SoundCloud. We're getting out of that. It's too much. SoundCloud sucks.
It's
so
trash. It was so good for a short period of time.
Yeah. But I don't know.
So I just want to say one thing before we continue.
Go ahead.
So we've talked about music.
Yeah.
This podcast. Briefly touched on music this podcast being in the last segment we just did. I told you, Dad, we talk about music.
Yeah, your dad's been giving us a lot of shit, huh?
My dad called us out the other day and said, you guys are called... Brief synopsis. Is the word synopsis?
Synopsis.
He called us out and said, oh, you guys are called For the Record Podcast, but you don't really ever talk about music, and then like named off a couple bands that we should talk about. And I said, well, we do talk about music, but we don't want it to be just about music. We want to broaden our horizons, to like expand the listeners and, grasp everybody's interests.
Certain topics.
And he said it should be called Two Guys Bitch Session.
Yeah.
And I almost peed my pants laughing.
Thank you, sir.
I thought it was the funniest thing.
Oh, it's hilarious.
It was.
Yeah. Also, another shout out to Abby Mulstay. Abby, you know who you are. You probably never even hear this, but you called me out too. Basically, it was like, oh, you should check
shout out Abby.
She was like, you should check my podcast. I was like, you should check my podcast out. She's like, yeah, but like, you guys don't like what is it even about? Like, you guys don't have like a topic or subject or genre.
Do you want us to talk about a day to remember for an hour?
Doesn't know what that means. No, but it's like when we talk, like when people are like, what is it about? I'm like, it's about like society and culture, like shit that we like and kind of like relevant stuff. We don't want like a set topic or genre. I get like it's kind of an easier way for people to engage with you and kind of grow. But like I've said it before and I'll say it again. Like we do the podcast for ourselves, like first and foremost, because like it's something we want to do for a long time, and like we like creating the content and sitting down and talking and just doing it more productive way. But if there's people like that enjoy it and like want to get engaged, then fucking that's awesome. It's not gonna be about
just one thing.
Yeah, and I think we're gonna keep it kind of like.
Because that can get so mundane and just
and I think as we go along more and do it more, we're gonna develop shit like that. We're probably gonna routinely discuss.
Because I mean, I can sit here for an entire day and talk about all these deathcore bands that probably none of you even know who they are,
nor care.
But they all sound the same, and you're not gonna be able to tell who's who. We can do that all day for any genre. We can do that all day.
Yeah.
So why not talk about other things that interest us and could be new to you guys, and who knows, you can go and find something new that you enjoy.
Exactly. I think that's all it is. And the name For the Record, yes, it has music connotations to it, but it's like, it's more of just, I don't know, that's just a common phrase.
Yeah.
It's like that's how we
I'm
feel
going to say this for the record, or off the record, I'm going to say a day to remember sucks.
Yeah. Well, anyways, but
that's off the record.
It's just like, I don't know. I think we're just going to discuss a lot of things that are relevant to us, and then some stuff that's not. And I don't know. I think if people can enjoy it, like
it's mainly going to be stuff that we give a shit about.
Yeah. And to be honest, I've had we've uploaded 4 episodes now, and first episode we had a good amount of views. I mean, for just coming out, and then over the next couple episodes, it's kind of steadily decreased, I guess. which is expected. I don't really care. But I've had a handful of people, and you have too, that people that have messaged me or telling me personally that they enjoy my shit, and I'll take that over anything else any day of the week for the rest of my life. Because when another human being genuinely tells you something, like something that's heartfelt and meaningful to you,
it means more.
Fucking it doesn't. No, you can't even compare the two.
We don't do it for the views, even though I watch the views like a hawk.
Yeah, yeah.
But obviously, if you're putting stuff on the internet, you're gonna want to see.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's a numbers game at this point.
Yeah, but I mean, if we put out this video tomorrow and it gets 5 views, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I don't either. Like the views are cool to kind of track to like see, and all the other services that we use, you can kind of track like downloads and views and stuff. And that stuff's helpful because it's good for analytics. But like, bro, 5 people that message me and tell me, like I told you, my buddy Tim that texted me out of nowhere. We used to work together and we haven't spoken in a little bit, or we still do here and there. But he just went out of his way to text me. He's like, dude, listen, I stumbled across your podcast and I'm really fucking enjoying it. Like, it's awesome. It's just something that gives you like that, dude. That's all I need to keep it going. I don't even need that stuff to do it. Like, I'm just self-motivated to do it. But like, I think that's why we're doing it. Just if that one person,
I'm trying to get monetized.
Yeah, so. For real. We're just trying to cash out. So, but that's honestly like for doing stuff for a little while, like working with my camera or doing photography or doing videos. And people will tell you, sometimes they're bullshitting, but if you're getting into it to do music, oh my God. If you're getting into it to make money, it's not going to fucking work.
Yeah, no.
I apologize that Jameson is hitting the brain.
If you're going to do music?
If you're doing anything like creative in your sole intention.
You're going to be, if you're in it for the wrong reason. Being in it for the money is obviously for the wrong reason.
If your sole intention is to make money, hell, you might still fucking make money. But I don't know. I just think you're not being honest to yourself, and it's not going to be. It's not. Eventually, it's going to translate to others. That it's not genuine. So, hell, if this goes well for however how long we do it, and we can make money off it, that's fucking awesome. That's cool.
It could still like not go well. I'm still going to do it.
Yeah, exactly. So, to all you haters out there, no, I'm just kidding. But
fuck you, man.
That's basically what we're doing. We just like to talk about shit, have a camera. Have 2 mics.
Couple JMOs. And just flow with it, man. Oh, hold on. I want to point out.
If other people enjoy it, fucking we love you.
This is the first podcast
that I've drank. And that's why I had that critical fuck up.
That's why he just got really in-depth and really heartfelt for the last 20 minutes.
No, it's just something I'm not like bothered when people say that stuff, but it's like just to be transparent.
Yeah.
I'm not going to eat ice, sorry.
Yeah, I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, just to be transparent about stuff. It's just like, that's why we're doing it, man. So.
You better do it.
You better do it.
Yeah, better do it.
We probably got time for like one more topic, if anything.
What do we got?
Didn't you have like favorite 90s TV show?
Favorite 90 Lights?
No, you're so dumb.
Yeah, we got 15 minutes.
You want to do the favorite 90s TV show? That was a solid topic. I like that one.
Yes.
Or just favorite TV show in general.
I wrote favorite 90s TV show, but we could do...
Favorite TV show overall is tough.
Well, no, because if we're going to do favorite TV show in general, I'm going to go back to Jersey Shore.
That is not a good choice for favorite TV show. I'm sorry. That's fucked. No, you can't pick
It's mine.
You can't pick a reality TV show as a favorite show. I'm sorry. That's just not going to work.
I would do it.
The artistic side of me is...
All right, so let's do favorite 90s.
That's tough, man. There's a couple. Because we were kids at the time, but like now I watch shows like that I'm older that were in the 90s.
Yeah, it's different. I'm going to go Home Improvement.
Ooh, not a bad shout. Okay.
Home Improvement.
Dun, 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 dun.
Dude, Home Improvement is...
Shout out to my brother. He can do that fucking perfect.
Can he?
Oh, my God.
We got to get
my
him
brother
on.
Jake.
We got to get him on
good.
just to do that.
Look, this kid is getting drunk. You love to see it. To be honest, I might...
Home Improvement is...
a very underrated show, first off.
Extremely underrated.
Side note, real quick, because me and my brother were talking about today in the Uber when we went to the city. Did you ever watch a Jeff Foxworthy show?
I don't know if I know what it is, but I don't know if I've ever watched it.
Show was low-key fire.
I didn't.
My brother was like, "Why did you watch that show?" I was like, "I don't know. It's just good. I like it."
I don't think they'll.
Because I don't think they're either. Jeff Foxworthy on his own is funny, and then Bill Engvall was on it. And I really liked Bill Engvall too.
Who was it? It was Jeff Foxworthy,
Bill Engvall, Larry the Cable Guy, and Ron White. Because we
Yes.
saw a billboard on 93 today for Ron White's comedy tour that's coming here. And I was like, Ron White? I was like, that can be the dude's still alive.
Where is it coming?
I don't even look it up.
I'd be down to go.
He's not funny.
I know, but I'd still be down to go.
Anyways, you can have fun by yourself because I'm not going. But to be honest, 90s TV show, I feel like, all right. I think like successfully wise, like two of the biggest shows in the 90s were probably Friends and Seinfeld. Would you agree?
Yes.
I would put Seinfeld up there. I enjoy Friends. I've never actually really like fully watched it. Like
Friends is
front
amazing.
to back. It's a really good show. I just never really watched it like that. It's a good show. Seinfeld, I've actually really, really watched it over the years. I remember watching it as a kid with like my parents, and then I just learned to like it on my own. But like I was a kid in the 90s.
Yeah, see,
So for me, oh, go ahead.
I've watched Seinfeld before, like back in the day when I was younger, and I didn't really hate it, but like
It's tough to understand when you're a kid.
Yes.
The humor is very different.
but now like
It's hard to understand when you're a child.
now rewatching episodes,
You enjoy it.
I'm like, this is gold.
Yeah, it was ahead of its time. It was so fucking good, dude.
So good.
And it's so simple. That's why I really enjoyed it. Like, it's just very simplistic. It's just good humor. It's just like these base storylines that are just. That's what like I enjoy about most things. Things I tend to enjoy just very simple.
You know, was another good one was
But I think I have my answer. But anyways.
was it called Talk Radio?
Oh, I do know that show.
Andy Dick and Joe Rogan.
Yeah, I think it was Talk Radio or News Radio. It's
News Radio. It was News Radio. Yeah. All right, so what's yours?
I think because I was a kid, I want to go with it, and I think you know what I'm going to say. Boy Meets World.
I knew you were gonna say that.
And like the thing is, I'm not even like a diehard Boy Meets World fan. Like it's really, really good.
That was gonna
It's
be my
unbelie-
first. I was gonna
It's
say
on,
that
but, like
one.
it's an unbelievable show. I just feel like it was so iconic for our generation, like kids our age, or
Yeah.
even like a little bit older than us. Like that show was.
That show's great. I need to get Hulu back. 'cause
And I also-
that and Home Improvement.
And I also used to look like Corey Matthews.
Yes.
I still have a photo on my Facebook tagged from him
of Corey Matthews.
It's Corey, Topanga, and Sean. And I have the fucking song in my head now. I was like, "What we're doing." But I'd probably say Boy Meets World because
Boy Meets World is fantastic.
great fucking show. And dude, I think it was really good because it just covered like everything. It had all the elements. Like it covered all this different shit. Your cat is freaking out in the
You
background.
good?
You good?
Or no?
Or nah?
No. So I was
So
gonna-
probably Boy Meets World. I
Mine
think.
was
Or
a toss-up.
Seinfeld.
Mine was the toss up between Boy Meets World, Home Improvement, and Fresh Prince. I know you don't like Fresh Prince.
No, it's not that I don't like Fresh Prince. I just think it's very overrated. I feel like everyone's gravitated towards because it was like, I don't know. It's just like
So good.
I want to like it, but I feel like I find myself watching it and I'm like, obviously Will Smith is like has his moments where he's fucking gold.
Will Smith has never not been gold.
True, dude. I remember being so hyped for I Am Legend when I was fucking like a junior in high school.
Pursuit
I had
of
that
Happiness?
Shit, I had that shit. I haven't seen that whole movie. I know it's really good though.
I got it downstairs. We'll watch it later. We'll cry.
No, because we have Grind ready to watch.
We'll watch both. And we'll
For those of
cry
you who
at
don't
both.
know what we're doing tonight, if you guys like skateboarding or in the skate culture and you have not seen the movie
You
Grind,
don't even have to be in the skate culture to watch Grind.
no, but I mean that's basically gonna appreciate it. There's a movie called Grind. I think it came out in like 2002, 2003. It's about these dudes that like basically was that a 4? 2003. It's about these like 4 dudes that basically. No, it's 4 dudes. Sweet Lou. How did I forget about Sweet Lou? Sad dudes.
Yeah.
They like try to make it like their skate fucking dream come true.
Kind of how like we're doing this podcast.
Yeah, we're just trying to become Joe Rogans.
Trying to get mocked.
trying
Dude,
to
Joe Rogan is...
Trying to become Jimmy Wilson.
He's... Who?
Jimmy Wilson. He's the skateboarder. He's like the Tony Hawk in the movie.
Joe Rogan is probably... I think he's like the top most successful podcast.
He is, but unfortunately, Logan Paul is like taking that now.
Dude, no, we cannot let that happen.
I think of his intro because somehow I've been watching his podcast. I watched the other one the other day because he has the Nelk Boys on, and if you guys don't know who the Nelk Boys are, y'all are missing out because the Nelk Boys are fucking the best. You know the Nelk Boys?
No, but we're going to go based on
So they're basically
YouTube
just
right
pranksters
now.
on YouTube. But dude, these guys are just pure entertainment, pure gold. A couple pure beauties, eh, boys? Fucking Timmy Hortz. They're just 2 dudes from Canada. Really good, just fucking good entertainment.
What's his podcast
good
called?
content. Impulsive. But basically, at the beginning of every episode, he's like the most popular podcast in the world. Because I think right now, I think he's technically trending as like probably #1 rating wise.
YouTube, he has 1.1 million subscribers
And he launched like 2 months
for
ago.
his podcast.
He launched like 2 months ago.
Really? Joe Rogan has 4.4.
Yeah. but he also launched like 2 months ago. But he's speaking in terms of like the streams he gets like through his services. I'm guessing. I mean, he also could not be. He could just be saying it to be bullshitting. But I think
he's probably bullshitting because
he's not bullshitting because he's pulling views. Whether or not you like Logan Paul or not,
I don't like him.
That's what I'm saying. Whether or not you like him, that motherfucker is successful.
I know. When I asked you earlier what the name of his podcast was, and you said Impulsive, I was like, wow,
unbelievable name.
So
and he
good.
definitely didn't think of it on his own.
Absolutely not. Shout out to his marketing team.
Literally. Shout out to just anybody who represents him because that motherfucker's career was.
Shout out to people that don't pay attention to Logan Paul because you guys are one smart motherfuckers.
No, but to be honest, like, and people have said this before, America loves, you know what they love to do? They love to put somebody up.
And then take them down.
Take them down and put them right back up. They love a fucking comeback story. And basically, he's another, on a smaller scale, he's another fucking example. Because he was huge. He was huge on Vine. He became really big on YouTube. He started crushing the whole vlogging scene and, like, really became big off that. And then he did the thing with the suicide forest in Japan.
That brought him way down.
Brought him all the way fucking back down. And now, again,
he did something else after that, too.
He had a couple of things. Yeah, he has a lot of bad
I forget
moments.
what it was, but I remember
he
did something else after that.
I think like a week or two ago, he was on his podcast and he basically said like, oh, for like the month of February they're gonna try to go gay for a month.
Yeah, he got a lot of shit for that.
He did, and know what he did? Like a fucking conniving little fucker that he is. Somebody commented, like, you can't just say that. Like that's not right in any mean. So did I say any mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes any sense.
We'll look over it. We'll edit that out.
But basically, he commented back to somebody. He's like, "You're right. You know, I think you're right. Why don't you come on my podcast in a couple of days and we'll discuss it?" And he got somebody on. He got like
the person that commented that.
I think so. He got like an activist or representative from somebody in like the lesbian, gay, trans community, and they like went out and talked about it. And I haven't watched it yet. I actually really want to because I know it's gonna be. I just want to see how he handles it.
He's not a smart guy.
He's not. I think he is. I think he comes off as a meathead, but I think behind the scenes he's smart in a certain sense. I think he's smart in the way of like branding himself and marketing.
He did brand himself very well.
Yeah, and I
feel like it came out of nowhere.
I think his business model is just like he kind of is smart in that lane and successful.
I never knew who he was. I knew who his brother was, obviously because of Vine.
He was bigger before. The funny thing is, he was bigger before his brother. Logan was originally bigger on Vine, and then Jake like went in his wing because it was his little brother, and then basically Jake like blew up for a second. They were both still really big, but a lot of people.
Never knew who Logan was. I knew who Jake was. I never knew who Logan was.
Yeah, Logan was originally like the Paul brother, and then his brother jumped on.
I never knew who he was before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, crazy, right?
The internet is fucking. It's so easy to become famous on the internet.
Oh, that's the other topic we had.
So easy. Let's check what we got.
I don't know if we have time to talk about it. I think we have like 5
Might
minutes.
have to come back for a part 2 of episode 5. Yeah, we have like 5 minutes.
Let's talk about it quick.
So it's easy to become famous on the internet. Look at
it's basically
the Cash Me Outside girl.
Yeah,
she was on Dr. Phil for like beating her mother. Mm-hmm. And now she just signed a $900,000 makeup deal.
That's crazy.
And she has albums. Yeah, and she has like what?
Basically,
a couple million followers on Instagram.
Instagram has put so many people like on
the
platform.
Wrong people on the right platform.
I wouldn't say wrong because like I mean you don't know those people personally. A lot of girls have become very famous off Instagram just because of their body. 100%.
No, I will say the wrong people because a vast majority of the people that have that statue on Instagram serve no purpose. What purpose does she serve?
I guess so. Well, I'm not like referring. I'm just talking about in a broad
what purpose does? Who were we talking about the other day? Summer Rae. What purpose does she serve?
I mean, nothing. Basically, like but she's still a human being. Like she didn't do anything wrong. She basically was like,
yeah, but they do. I shouldn't say she because I'm not trying to single anybody out, but people like that, they don't do anything
besides put their body on social media.
Exactly.
Yeah, and listen, I guess to their credit, like they're not doing anything wrong.
They're capitalizing off what they have.
Absolutely. And can you blame them? Probably not.
No, I don't blame them, but I mean,
does it have longevity to it? No, because to be honest, and I don't know if any guys out there listen, and I told you about him. You know Gary Vaynerchuk?
No.
I told you about him, right? He basically is like, he's an entrepreneur. He's like an influencer. He's a guy huge on social media. And he basically says all the time, like, people, like, if Instagram was gone tomorrow, like, so many people are fucked.
Oh, yeah.
Like, so many people, like, a lot of people just don't have longevity, like...
Same with YouTube, though.
Yeah, 100%. The thing is, but a lot of people that get into that stuff, they then...
put all of their eggs in that one basket.
No, not all of them. A lot of people do other things. A lot of them do merch. A lot of them start companies. Or they have...
Okay,
like,
but without Instagram, how are you going to promote your merch?
You can't, but I'm saying, like, they at least make efforts to have other lanes to go into.
Yeah, but they always fall back on that platform to promote that.
That's the world we live in right now.
Like I'm saying, if that's gone, where are you going to promote your merch? You can promote it on Twitter, but Twitter's not
but I'm not saying just
Instagram.
I'm not saying just merch, but they do other things, like, I don't know.
But Instagram's a huge platform to promote all the other things that
Absolutely.
you're doing.
There's no arguing that.
So if that's gone... where are you going to promote that stuff?
Yeah, they just have to be like any other normal human being and figure something out. Yeah, I agree with you, man. I'm not arguing.
I know.
I'm just saying, like, for some people, like, you have to, for somebody who's falling into being successful for, like, I don't know, having a nice body, at least give them credit for, like, trying to do something else with it, like, because they know that's not going to last forever.
But a lot of them aren't doing anything else with it.
I'm not. Yeah, I know, man. You're not. You're being so fucking blinded right now. I'm not talking about, like, I'm talking about in a general sense. Like, some people, yeah, they just keep uploading the same fucking body image pictures of themselves.
Yeah,
but
that's more what I was leaning towards.
And that's not going to last. Obviously, I agree with you.
Yes, no, I know what you're saying. There are other people that see the other opportunities in it and take those opportunities.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's two sides to it.
But there's also a lot of them that aren't doing it.
Yeah, so it's crazy. People get put on a pedestal.
Anyway, guys, make us Instagram famous. Give us 1 million followers because basically, I want to print some merch with my butt on them.
Basically, and that's where we're going to leave this episode off because Cher is wild and the fuck out tonight. So, yeah. We definitely should touch on that topic again. Though,
yeah.
So. But yeah, guys, that's going to do it for episode number 5. Sorry if it's a little wild. Jameson makes people do crazy
Shout out
things.
to our sponsor. We got this for free.
Cheryl's fucking wild and out tonight, guys.
Came in the mail.
Fuck, I had recommendations too, dude.
Oh, man.
How much time do we have left? Quick.
We have...
Quick.
A minute left.
All right, hold on. We'll be right back.
And we're back. Part 3.
We couldn't cut off without recommendations, guys, so we have another 5 minutes here, so...
We were running out of time, and we had some stuff we want to recommend to the 3 of you guys, so...
So all 3 of you enjoy.
So we had to...
Keep the camera rolling.
Throw a little bit of intermission in there and get our shit together.
Okay.
So yeah, we're going to do some recommendations. I know I've been crushing some Netflix series.
Beautiful. What do we got for the people?
I've been watching season 2 of The Punisher.
Ooh.
I know we talked about that
earlier. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people on Twitter posting about that.
Dude, it's... If you haven't watched it, go back and watch season 1. It is... unreal. Action-packed.
I thought they were going to start at season 2 and then go back to season 1.
I mean, you could, but you'd be reading the story backwards. So it's the dude, it's Shane from The Walking Dead. If anybody's ever watched The Walking Dead, Shane from the early seasons, he plays the main character. He plays Frank Castle. And it's just, dude, the action in that show, it's so brutal.
Yeah.
And it's so, like, fucking raw. For like a Netflix series, it's unreal. It's amazing. It's so addictive. Like I turned on the Ted Bundy thing that you were talking about earlier. I was watching that earlier, and I watched like 10 minutes of it, maybe 5-10 minutes.
You were like, I need the Punisher,
and I was like, oh shit, I forgot I was watching the Punisher. And I went right back to that. Crushed like 3 episodes.
Yeah, that's how you know it's good.
So good. He, for the character of Frank Castle, he's the perfect guy. Perfect guy for that character. It's amazing. Definitely check it out. Netflix.
Punisher.
It's our sponsor. Number 2.
Anything else?
Nah, just that.
Just that. All right, I got a couple this week. All right, first I'll give you one quick music one for those of you guys who like heavy music, metalcore. What else?
I already know what he's gonna say.
Born of Osiris.
I knew you were gonna say that.
The Simulation. It's for those of you guys who like metal. More, I guess. Not. I mean,
like kind of like
progressive,
like prog metalcore.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
like progressive.
If you like any kind of heavy
metalcore
music or metal, you haven't heard of them, or if you do, If you already know them, check out one of Osiris' new record, The Simulation. It's really good.
They're so fucking good live.
Yeah, they're really awesome live. Okay, and I have a ton of Netflix recommendations. So obviously I told you the Ted Bundy tapes. If you guys want to watch Ted Bundy, it's four part, like hour each for each episode.
It's like 4 hours.
Yeah, it's really, really good. Quick movie one. I got a ton of shit. Zach and Mary Make a Porno. I finally watched that. The movie's fucking hysterical. It's really, really good. If you just want a fucking easy comedy to watch, boom. Most people have probably already seen it, but
yeah,
it's really, really
good.
Good.
Relatively old movie.
And then 2 more series. If you guys are into sports and sports documentaries, you definitely aren't. It's a show called QB1. That's the kid I sent you that looked like Drew from Degrassi.
Oh yeah.
It's a show called QB1 Beyond the Lights. It's there's 2 seasons. The second season they just started launching the episodes on Netflix. They basically follow 3 high school prospects, quarterbacks, and like follows them through their senior year.
Degrassi Panthers.
And like going through their season, and then basically their journey to go to college like, for their freshman year. So if you like football specifically or sports documentaries, Peter Berg directs it. I think a lot of people know Peter Berg. He's like a famous director. He's really, really good. I think he did Friday Night Lights.
Fantastic movie.
And show. So I think he did the show, not the movie. I'm not positive, but
what's the movie? Is the movie Friday Night Lights?
Yeah, it's a movie and show Friday Night Lights. So
all right, so I've seen the movie.
Yeah, it's Billy Bob Thornton.
Yes.
Yeah, the movie's really good. The TV show is also really, really good. And then last but not least, my favorite show that I've watched in a very long time, Netflix original called Sex Education.
I saw you post about that.
I posted on Instagram. That show is really, really, really fucking good. It's a British show, so automatically fantastic start.
He loves his British shows.
I do. I love British music and British television and British movies.
Shout out Bring Me the Horizon.
Fucking no. It's just so good. It's basically about this kid who's in high school and his mother is a sex therapist. And the kid he's just a really fucking nerdy, nervous kid. I don't want to fucking give away too much, but he basically ends up meeting this girl at school, and she finds out through helping somebody else that he kind of is a sex therapist in his own way, following his mother's footprint, I guess. So he helps students at school dealing with stuff. And it's just kind of how there are 2 different personalities and they get along well together. Mm-hmm. But the way the show is shot it's for me it's so visually stimulating. Just the way it was done, it almost looks like it's supposed to take place in the 80s or 90s, but it's current day. I honestly didn't know when it was first on, the first episode. I was like, when does this take place? You couldn't tell. They didn't show us cell phones or nothing. They rode bikes to school. You couldn't tell, but then you find out throughout as the show goes on, it's present day. But it's just really, really well done. Soundtrack's fucking phenomenal too. So
I'll have to check it out.
I feel like a lot of people have probably watched it. When I posted my Instagram story, I had a few people respond to me. It's really, really good. But yeah, that show is really, really fucking good. Sex Education. It's like a coming of age,
man,
high school kind of shit.
Yeah, cracking that Red Bull vodka.
I need another Jameson ginger. So
no,
yeah,
I remember I saw your post about that the other day. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, it's honestly really, really good. I was surprised. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this. Fucking first episode in.
What's the show? Shit. It's on Netflix. I think it's called You.
Yeah, I've seen a lot about that. I heard it's creepy.
Yeah, I heard it's really good though.
I think it's a dude that stalks a girl and then falls in love with her, but he's fucking crazy or something.
I heard it's really good. I was talking to this teacher at work.
People said a lot of good things about it. I mean, dude, basically anything Netflix puts out nowadays is fucking almost a certified banger.
Dude, Bird Box. So Bird Box came out with no advertisement, no publicity at all. Yep. It was strictly word of mouth.
Yeah.
And that movie,
the old school,
blew
the original form of marketing
up.
Yeah, sometimes that works, man. But that's
Have you seen it?
No, I've not seen it yet.
It's good. The ending is trash. The movie is good.
Aggressive. Look at him.
The movie is good.
Yeah.
The premise, the plot of the movie is really good. The ending is absolute garbage.
That's what I was telling you. I feel like that's just a very new form of marketing. A lot of musicians, artists are doing that now. They're almost doing little to no marketing.
Yeah.
And they're just dropping records, mixtapes, singles.
I kind of like that better because it's the element of surprise.
Yeah.
It's you don't know it's coming.
Yeah. And I think people realize influencers and artists and marketing teams are realizing that it's very successful way to fucking drop something.
Me personally, when it comes to music and stuff like that, unless it's a band that I listen to all the time and I like Counterparts.
Yeah, like somebody like
because I'm a huge Counterparts fan.
love.
So if it's a band like I follow like religiously and like I love and I pay attention to a lot, and they're announcing that they're dropping something, I'm gonna get it. I'll pre-order it. But if it's a band like I like, and they're announcing that they're dropping something, I'm like, I'll get it when it comes out. But if that band that I like, that I don't pay a lot of attention to, just like with no warning, just drop something,
You're fucking ripping.
I'm like,
right
oh
away.
shit, I gotta get this. I didn't know they were doing this.
Yeah, I think it's just they're trying to figure out, because at least the music we listen to, like I was telling you, like I remember like 2-3 years ago, and all prior to that, like a band would announce a record like 6 to 8 months out, and be like, oh, we're dropping this in the summer, and they would announce it like in the winter. So they'd be like, damn, you got to build up in the year. They drop a single every couple of months.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's kind of not really happening anymore. They kind of drop an album with a single, and they'd be like, oh, album's coming out in a month or two.
Speaking of singles,
I feel like they were so afraid of not making money off pre-orders or things like that. But I feel like they're realizing if you just drop it, like people are quick to be like, oh shit, I need this.
I know we've talked about this with singles before. I'm not a huge fan of listening to singles.
Yeah, you aren't, which is weird. And I personally, I love it, but then when the album comes out, I hate it. Because I always like tend to skip that song because I heard it so much.
That's why I don't listen to them.
Yeah, and I get both perspectives. I get why you don't like to do it because you kind of want to be like, oh, I want to hear the album when it comes out. But then from their perspective, they need to put something out because they need people to get exposed to it.
The only two bands I could think of off the top of my head within the last few years that I've actually paid attention to the singles was
probably bigger bands, I'm guessing.
No, and Chelsea Grin dropped their new album
because it was a new vocalist.
Yeah, new vocalist. So that's the only reason why I paid attention to those singles.
Yep.
And when Counterparts released their
Private Room
B-sides record, because it was only a 3-song EP.
So you're like, yo, it was already kind of like whatever.
They released 2 out of the 3 songs.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't like to listen to singles that much because
I
like to get the album. It takes
willpower. I don't have it.
I like to get the album all at once.
Yeah.
Just get that feel for it all at once.
I respect it. Yeah, I'm going to be interested in seeing going forward in the future, like how, I guess specifically from I guess movies, maybe some movies here and there, especially like maybe Netflix stuff, because you can stream it like right there. But I think music definitely you're going to see a lot different.
Yeah. Completely
releases because we were talking about like even like Lil Uzi was like teasing that he's quitting music as it's probably gonna be or probably is it's a ploy to he quit and like no way he didn't. Now he dropped an album.
He was saying that he was retiring from rap, and I think that went on for like a week, and then next thing you know, Lil Uzi's in the studio recording an album. It's all marketing.
Yeah, what is it? No news is bad news.
I don't know what it is. I don't listen to him.
As long as you stay. No, I'm not saying like it's a saying.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the name of the album. Wow. Yeah, no, it's what is it?
It's like no news is bad news, or like any news is good news, whether it's bad. It basically means you're staying relevant.
The one that I know of is
people see your name.
What is it? It's bad PR is good PR.
Yeah, basically along those lines.
Same shit.
So,
but
we've covered it all, folks.
That's episode number 5. Thanks for killing your Saturday night with us. Well, our Saturday night with you.
Bro, you want another one tonight?
Oh, I said that on purpose.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. Because you know you're not going to fucking edit or put this shit off for 2 weeks.
Last episode, I got it done immediately.
Yeah, real quick.
Because we recorded in the morning. I was motivated to get it done. Yeah. So. But
no, we appreciate you guys.
As always, guys.
Coming by and watching us ramble and talk about nothing.
Coming along for the ride. We always do appreciate it. Sorry if we rambled. Didn't make any sense. Incoherent.
Nice hour-and-a-half podcast.
So it was an experimental episode. But, yeah. Anything else?
Make sure you put that bell on.
For notifications.
Subscribe. Comment. Like. We'll be giving away some merch next video.
Follow the grams. Stay tuned. We got to do better about posting on our podcast.
We got to do better about the Twitter.
Well, yeah, we have a Twitter too. I don't know if you guys
We have a Twitter.
We like Twitter, so I don't know if anyone else loves Twitter, but we're on there.
Haven't done anything with the Twitter.
What are we on?
Couldn't even tell you.
I think it's at _FTR podcast.
I couldn't even tell you. We haven't done anything with next video. We'll get into it.
Yeah, Twitter's dope.
Because we haven't done anything with it.
Yeah, but we're basically just going to continue to drink a little Jameson.
I'm going to whoop this kid's ass in some darts.
No, he's not. And we're probably going to we're definitely watching fucking Grind. And we're probably going to watch Vines and YouTube videos. And we'll probably talk about it on the next episode. He's fucking shells.
I'm going to smoke you in some darts.
All right, anyways.
Don't act like I didn't smoke you
Thanks for coming out,
before.
guys. Whether you're listening or watching, we appreciate it.
Much love.
Episode 5.
Come back
In
for
the
episode
books.
number 6.
I'll be back soon, guys.
The special guest is my cat, Jack.
Oh, my God. All right, guys. Take care. We love you.
Peace.
Adios.